What's up, guys? It's Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro. Today I was on my Instagram. I follow Gilbert Arenas. For you young guys, you may not know who Gilbert Arenas is, but he was the truth when he played. He played professional basketball in the NBA for some years. Played with the Wizards, and he was nice. All right, he's a really funny guy. He was wild, right? He's a wild dude. Got paid a whole bunch of money. Now he has a podcast, and he was talking, and he posted this on his Instagram. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to No Chill Gil right here, this Instagram, and check out this video that he posted from his podcast, or just check out his podcast. But man, he says something that I really liked, and I sent to a lot of my guys, not all of my guys, because I was kind of doing something, but I sent it to a few of my guys who have a group chat, some of my college football players and high school guys. And man, what he said was amazing. It's simple, but basically how to get better. So how to really, really get better. So remember, we talk about different levels. So there's levels. So you guys who've learned the techniques that I teach from the one-on-ones mastery program, you're in shape. You understand how important it is to be in shape, and you know, like I was talking to one of my college guys last week. First day he worked with me, I'm not a conditioning guy. I'm not a speed and conditioning guy per se, right? But when we do work, you're gonna feel it, especially if you're out of shape. All right. So it's a lot of work. It's mentally and it's kind of draining. I usually go about 2 hours with my guys, and we're focused on technique. But I like to get you a little winded, and like to get your legs heavy, so that you can. I want you to think while you're tired. That's my biggest thing. I want you to learn these techniques, because when you're in a game, what do you think you're gonna be, right? So you got to be able to do it when you're tired, and push through mentally. Um, but he says something. And you know how most of the time when I'm mostly talking about performance, like so in the game, I'm telling you guys to uh, disguise, right? So I'm a big disguise guy. So against uh, when you're competing against your opponent, your goal is to make sure that you disguise, so you don't want them to know. So that's a way that you can dictate what they're doing. You don't want to just have them dictate the route as a cornerback. I'm talking. Right? So we do things. We change up our technique. We make them think we're going to be aggressive, and then we'll be passive. We'll make them think we're going to be passive and then be aggressive. So we're always constantly changing things, and we're disguising what we're in. Even as coaches and players in the game or practice 7-on-7 or team, right? We don't want the quarterback to know what we're doing. So we'll give them this look, and at the right before the snap, change to another look. If I will tell you this, like Tom Brady, and I learned this when I was with the Saints. We had Darren Sharper, and we had Jabari Greer, DA Dennis Allen, who was the DB coach at that point. Now he's the DC for the Saints. Man, we knew. The cool thing is we had a lot of veterans on that team. If Tom Brady knows what defense you're in, you're screwed. It's over. I'm letting you know right now. So you have to disguise, have to get pressure, send pressure on him in order to beat him or contain him, right? So big disguise guy. Now, here's what the reason why I like this video of what he posted. When you're practicing, let's say you reach a certain level, you know all these techniques and strategies, you're on your way to your 10,000 reps. He said what he would do is let's say there's something that you want to work on and get better. So he said, I think he said a turnaround jumper, right? So he would go to the guy who's his opponent, his teammate, say, look, I'm working on a turnaround jumper. That's all I'm gonna do on you today. That's what I'm gonna do on you for the first. So he would tell him what move he's gonna work on, right? So that makes it harder for him. It's like he's letting you know I'm gonna do this move on you, so you can defend it. So that's how he's mastering certain skills and certain techniques. And then in the game is nothing, because in practice the dude was he knew what he was going to do, and he was working to beat it. So in the game, what do you think it's going to be like? It's like he's not even there, because all week I've been working on this technique, and I told my opponent in practice that what I'm going to do, and he was working his tail off to stop it. And then the cool thing, he was like, and most of the time, you're right, it didn't work because I told him what I was going to do. But that's how you get better. That's how you get better. And that's something I would say for you guys as cornerbacks. Let's talk about cornerbacks or safeties, whatever. Let's say man coverage, right? Yo, I'm gonna, and this is for the guys who have the program, who've been practicing the techniques, who have the one-on-one mastery. You've already been doing this for the last 6 months to a year. All right. Now let's take it to the next level. There are levels to everything. So now you working in practice. Say, look, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a soft shoe. I'm gonna line up head up. I'm gonna do soft shoe technique on you, or I'm gonna be inside shade. I'm gonna do strike and get back to balance on you. That's what I'm gonna do. And the receiver, you tell the receiver what you're gonna do before you do it. All right. I'm letting you know what I'm gonna do, and he has to beat it. So he knows what you're gonna do. How much better will you get if the receiver knows exactly what you're gonna do, and you still have to stay true to your technique and beat him and lock him down? So we're always getting better. And real talk, I didn't think of that because I'm really big on disguising and being deceptive as a DB. But yo, there should be some times where you like, hey, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Beat it, right? And just think about how much better you're gonna get. So I had to share that with you. I shared with my a lot of my guys, not everybody, but I was like, shoot, let me share this with the whole channel, man, because I know y'all loving the info and y'all getting better. But yo, try that. Even at receiver, because y'all DBs in high school, you're supposed to be playing both ways anyways. Yo, in practice, sometimes say, look, I'm running a post route. Stop it. I'm running a slant right here. Stop it. Stop what I'm gonna run. And still do them in. How much better you gonna get? All right. So there should be some periods where you going hard and you working on your craft. Yo, that's a great tip by one. I mean, Gilbert Arenas. If you go back and look at Gilbert Arenas highlights, I mean, he was nice, man. He was nice. So I know he's a jokester, but he's for a guy to reach that level that Gilbert Arenas reached and was good. We need to pay attention to it. And me, I'm just like you guys. I'm constantly learning. I'm learning. I'm listening. I can learn from anything. I can learn from a bum on the street, right? My ears are open. He may have a story that could change my life for the better. He may have a contact, a network. When we come talk about network, he may have a network. So I look at everybody as a learning experience, and I can learn from every single thing. The other day I was walking down the street, and I was started looking at the trees, and I was like, man, how can I learn from the trees? Well, how do they produce? How do they produce? What values do they give to the world? And why are they valuable and what and I started thinking as I was walking, man, they do a lot. They house animals, they house us, they give oxygen to the world, they take in what do you call it, what's the other one, what do they take in, CO2, what is it, they give out oxygen for us, carbon dioxide, there you go, okay, and they take it in, so that helps the world too. um they give us shelter. I mean, so much. They give us fruit. If it's a fruit tree, I mean, it's a lot of stuff, man. So they give major value to the world, right? And in return, they're able to give off their offspring. I was seeing the acorns fall down and they plant seeds and uh they produce, man. At the end of the day, that's what we got to do. We have to give value to the world. Well, we're ball players too, right? So what are we doing? We need to entertain. We need to give to the game. Make the game better, right? Make the game better. Entertain the public. Entertain. They came to see a show. Give them a show. Well, we got to work. And guess what? You're going to get paid well. And that goes for anything. The more value you give, the more you're going to get paid. It's that simple. So I'm excited for y'all. All right, fellas? I had to share that with everybody. Well, I didn't have to, but I decided to. All right? Check out his post when he said that. I was like, yo, that's duh. Like, yo, for real. I should have told my guys that. I should have known that. All right, make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask for the one-on-ones mastery program for you guys, because this is more for my advanced guys, if anything, who've been following the channel for a while. But definitely get started, man. If you've been watching the channel, like a lot of guys do, there's a lot of videos on here. Get started today. Get started so you can start learning the stuff, because you will get better. It's that simple. The more you do it. So now you know the techniques, man. Now you're on your way to your 10,000 reps. You need 10,000 reps. Get to it. Get to it. And mental reps count too. Mental reps. All right. So how much film are you watching? All right, fellas. Stay Stay tuned for the next video. Get better today. Peace.